Good morning, everyone. Dr. Vicky here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center. Today is Monday, February 19th, and the moon is in Cancer, super sensitive Cancer. Today we have, boy, was that a week? Was that a week? Unfortunately, as many of you know, and I've spoken of before, the Russian dissidents and only viable sort of alternative or known enough candidate as a balance to Vladimir Putin was killed in Russia. He just keeled over and died. Jay wonder what that was about. Alexei Navalny was murdered, and I bring it up again, not just to depress anybody, obviously, but to point something out, because today the north node of the moon, the direction of our collective evolution, which is in Aries, conjoins Chiron. Chiron in Aries. Now, Chiron in Aries Chiron has been in Aries, I think since, if my calculations are correct, either 2017 or 2018. And so we've been dealing with this energy of Chiron in Aries for a while. In fact, the United States of America, the Declaration of Independence chart, has Chiron in Aries. And so the themes of Chiron and Aries resonate pretty profoundly in this country that I live in. And Chiron is often seen as the wound, but it's also the healing balm to the wound. And so what kind of issues come up when Chiron is in Aries? Well, Chiron has about a 52-year cycle. So whatever was going on 52 years ago comes up again for review. And that was at the end of the Vietnam War. We were dealing with our warriors coming home. They weren't really, they weren't welcomed. Very much the anti-war movement took it out on the soldiers, when in point of fact, well, not completely, but certainly for sure, the soldiers didn't really get their due until about the 80s, so they had to wait a while. But instead of, really looking at where the problem was, I think the people who sent them to war, right? So here we are, 50 odd years later, we're still dealing with these issues of war and the wounds of war. And of course, the wounds of bullying, toxic masculinity, but also identity. Aries is an archetype of identity. And so people are all invested in how you define yourself, when really it's your own business, quite frankly. And so we see this, right? We see this Chiron coming to the North Node, or actually the North Node, more aptly, the North Node coming to Chiron, to have an opportunity to heal this Chironic wound of Aries. Aries and Chiron are really about life and death and how we choose to live. We look to the ruler of the node to get a hint as to the direction forward. Now, Aries is a Mars-ruled sign, so where's Mars? Oh, Mars is in Aquarius, right? Just off that conjunction of Pluto. Now, the south node of the moon also gives us a hint as to what we need to let go of. And so the South Node is a Venus ruled sign. Well, what's Venus in? Oh, Venus is in Aquarius. So both the North Node and the South Node are ruled by planets in Aquarius. Now, Venus and Mars in their relationship to each other are at the end of their synodic cycle. And they will be starting a new synodic cycle that is conjunction to the next conjunction. That's the cycle. It's a 2-year cycle. But come later in the month, I think it's the 22nd actually, Venus and Mars conjoin in 7 degrees of Aquarius. A child being born out of an egg. It speaks to us of a new breed, a new evolution, a new mutation. How do we relate Venus-Mars to each other in a new way, letting go of the old ways? Alexei Navalny was willing to give his life for a new and a different way, for his people, for his country. How many patriots have done that for their people in their country? We need to stand up together and move in the direction of healing. The other thing about the Aries energy is the Aries is the great I am. It's the direct connection to spirit. And so one way to utilize this is to declare I am. And you can just say I am, I am, I am. Because you are. You are here now. And here and now is the only place we have power. So be yourself. Love yourself. Heal yourself. Connect with yourself. You have the right just as much as anybody else to be here, as does the person next to you, the person next to them, and the person next to them. We are here for a purpose. We are here to bring heaven to earth. And we can't do that unless we have heaven in our hearts and minds. So foster that sense of gratitude. Be who you are. Shine your light. A new dawn is coming up over the horizon. Actually, we're already there. We're already in the new energy. It's just that now their consciousness has to catch up. Have yourself a wonderful day. Like and subscribe. Thank you for all your support, for all your beautiful comments. Welcome to the new subscribers who are walking around my yard. Believe me, when the spring comes, this has its own beauty, but when the spring comes, things really get glorious around here. So we will walk this path together in the snow, in the rain, in the sun. Every day I can. Much love to you all. Namaste.